So you've decided to film yourself using a smartphone, which is a great choice. With the rise of social media, filming yourself with a smartphone has become easier and is also a popular way to share content and connect with others. Plus, with the high quality cameras on most smartphones, you don't need expensive equipment to create professional looking videos. In fact, this talking head video right now is shot on my iPhone. And if you're new to filming yourself, it may seem like a daunting task, but don't worry, with the easy steps I'm about to show you, you'll be able to create amazing content in no time. So let's dive right in. So step number one is to plan your content ahead. The saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, holds true when planning your content. Before you start filming, ensure you have a clear idea of what you want to achieve with your video. Ask yourself, what is the purpose of my video? Who is my target audience, and what kind of message do I want to convey? And by answering these questions, you will have a clear direction and structure for your video, making the filming process more efficient. As an example, the purpose of this video is to show you guys how to film yourself on a smartphone. And my target audience is aspiring mobile video creators. And the message I want to convey is that anyone can start making high quality videos using the camera they carry in their pocket. So once you have your purpose, your audience, and the message in mind, start writing your script or use bullet points to guide you through the video. This way you don't miss any important points or drift off topic. If you're looking for a teleprompter to use with your phone, I will leave links in the video description below to my top recommendations. Step number two is to find a good location. The ideal spot would be a well-lit, quiet environment. Now, I decided to film this video at home with natural light and artificial light. Now, if you do decide to film outside, it's important to avoid background noise such as traffic, rivers, or busy streets. Now, when filming at home, like I'm doing right now, you get the best quality video with plenty of natural light. So choose a spot near a window if possible. Ideally, you want to position yourself so that the sunlight hits your face from the front or the side and not from behind. So avoid having that bright light source behind you. Otherwise, you will have lots of shadow. Now, I have a mixture of sunlight with artificial light because it is cloudy outside, so I'm using the artificial light just to brighten myself up. Step number three is to set up your equipment. After choosing your filming location, it's time to set up the equipment. By the way, I will leave links to all products mentioned in the video description below. Now, my setup includes the iPhone 15 Pro Max, a tripod, phone clamp, flip screen mirror, wireless mic, artificial light, and optional wide angle lens. Now, investing in quality tools like these can significantly improve the quality of your video and make the filming process a lot easier, and you'll see why as we move forward. Now, don't stress if you don't have all of the gear. Amazing videos are still possible with what you have. Now, I just find that these tools are useful for my mobile content creation, and if you're serious about regularly making quality videos, investing in good equipment is worthwhile. Now, when setting up my equipment, I first mount my phone clamp to the tripod and then secure my phone onto the clamp. Now, using a tripod like the one I'm using right now from SmallRig, I can easily achieve stable shots and position the camera however I want to. And when positioning the camera, I place it away from the background to have depth in my shot and enhance the background blur. And after that, choosing the video orientation is important based on the platform to which you upload the video to. So it's horizontal if you upload it to YouTube and vertical if it's for Instagram and TikTok. Now, to frame yourself more easily, you can use the selfie camera. However, the rear camera is recommended for the highest quality. Now, since I prefer to have the highest quality and have time to set up everything, I choose to film myself with the rear camera. Now, since I can't see myself really, a great tool to have is the flip screen mirror by NiceRig. I've mounted it on top by sliding it into the cold shoe mount and adjusting the mirror to see my phone's screen. Now, using a flip screen mirror, I can easily self-monitor and frame myself without constantly walking back and forth to check the shot. Now, this is optional, but sometimes, especially for vlogging, I like to use the ultra wide angle lens on top of my main lens to just fit in more in the frame. And also I like how the perspective looks like. Right now, I'm just using the standard lens, but if you want to fit more in the frame, this could be a great option. And what's cool is that I can clip the wide angle lens onto the main lens, and you'll see I can now fit in more in the frame. Now, I could use the ultra wide wide-angle lens on my iPhone 15 Pro Max, but for optimal quality, clipping a high-quality wide-angle lens to the main lens ensures I get the best image quality. Step number 4 is framing yourself. When framing yourself properly, it's best to use the rule of thirds, which divides the image into 9 equal parts. To enable it, head over to your camera settings and turn on grids. On Android, this might be different. After that, position yourself in the center with your eyes on the upper horizon line for a balanced shot. Also ensure that the camera is leveled and clear of any distractions from the background. Step number 5 is using the right camera settings. Now that the framing is right, let's dial in the camera settings. I always choose the highest video quality available on my smartphone. So for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, that would be 4K. If your phone doesn't support 4K, 1080p works well and is suitable for social media. As for the frame rate, I set it to 25 or 24 frames per second, depending on where you live. And this is great for normal speed where you need to talk to the camera and not slow down the video. Also ensure your phone is fully charged and has enough storage for recording. The last thing you want is your phone to run out of battery or storage during filming. Now, what is also important to check, which is often overlooked, is cleaning the camera lens. A dirty lens can also result in blurry and distorted video, so make sure to wipe it with a clean cloth before you start recording. Step number 6 is to set up your microphone. Audio quality is just as crucial as the video quality, if not more. Bad audio can make viewers leave, so investing in a good microphone is worth it. While the built-in phone mics do an okay job, an external mic can significantly improve the sound quality. And there are various types like lapel and shotgun mics, but I prefer a wireless mic as it allows me to move freely while recording without any wires getting in the way. Now I use the DJI Mic 2. It's super simple to use. I can just plug the receiver into my phone, clip on the mic, and I'm ready to go. Now I've also attached a lavalier mic to the transmitter. This also allows the transmitter to be out of sight. Now remember, always do an audio test to ensure everything works correctly before recording. Now if you don't have any external mic and decide to use the built-in microphone, be sure to be close to the camera for the best audio quality. Step number 7 is to lock your exposure and white balance. Locking the exposure and white balance is important to keep a consistent look in your video. Now inside the camera settings, I ensure that white balance lock is enabled to avoid the color shifts while recording. After that, inside the default camera app, I lock the exposure by tap holding on my face until AE and AF lock appears. This means your auto exposure and autofocus are now locked. Now, unfortunately, you can't separate the two. To do so, you will need to use a pro app like the Blackmagic camera app. Now, by simply locking your exposure and white balance, you are on the right track to getting a more professional look for your videos. Number 8 is to switch to airplane mode. This step is often overlooked but is really important. Switching to airplane mode will disable incoming calls, notification while you're recording. There's nothing worse than getting a phone call from your mom or notifications from your ex-girlfriend, which can ruin the entire take. Step number 9 is to record a test video. Before you start your actual recording, doing a test video is always a good idea. This will give you the opportunity to see how everything looks and sounds on camera and make any necessary adjustments. It's also a good way to check for any potential issues or distractions in the background. Last, step number 10 is to start recording your video. Now, once you're satisfied with the test video, you can start recording your actual content. When talking to the camera, be sure to look at the lens and not anywhere else. This will create a more engaging and direct connection with your audience. Speak clearly and confidently and try to stay natural and relaxed. Now, don't worry about being perfect, as some imperfections can add authenticity to your video. If you feel uncomfortable talking to a camera, try imagining you are having a conversation with a friend. Remember that you can always cut out the mistakes in the edit. Now, as a bonus tip, after recording your A-roll, which is the main talking part, add some B-roll to your footage. These are extra shots that visually enhance your video, like close-up shots of objects or action shots of demonstrations. B-roll adds variety and makes your video more engaging. You can see that I always add B-rolls in this video to keep you visually engaged. Now be sure to grab my free smartphone filmmaking guide. It's packed with everything we've just discussed, plus a handy checklist so you never miss a step when filming with your phone. So be sure to grab it. The link will be below. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. Keep creating, and I'll see you in the next video.